All right, got this original 16-second delay in the shop. Complaint is that there's no delay. The foot switches thump when you turn them on. We can obviously see there's some broken sliders. There's one there, there's one there. Sliders a little tight. I would say they probably need a refurb. Switches operate good. I don't see anything problem there. That sounds good. This switch is a little loose. Power cord looks okay. I don't see any fray. Anything frayed. Looks decent. I'm comfortable with that. I'd plug it in and use it. So let's plug this thing up and see what happens. Initial, I see, okay, yep, looks like everything had to reset. So the effect LED turns on and off, so I think I got a pretty good A to D circuit. The infinite turns on and off, and so does the light for the slow, so I think that whole switching circuit is functional. Let's see if I get anything out of it. See some of that. Yep, no delay. So yeah, got some thumping going on. And basically sounds like crap. Okay, well, I'm gonna open her up and we'll see what's going on. So I got the circuit boards out of the enclosure, and I want to put them on my custom bit of nails that I designed. Also, this flat ribbon cable it helps to connect the analog board to the digital board. So what I do is I take all the jacks and the switches and things like that, and I put all the jacks on this metal bracket. That becomes my ground for all the jacks and what I reference to. It really is for not for the faint of heart. The number of wires that is all in this unit, and if you're not careful, one will break off, and you don't know where it broke off. So I have, over the many years that I've done this, I've taken pictures. I've got catalog data of where those wires go. So it's what we're looking at here is the analog board, and and the metal box is obviously where the transformer is. So I'll take and mount all the jacks, and then I'll mount the digital board, and then connect the two, and then we'll go from there. So now, we saw in the beginning that it needed some slide pots. There were at least two that had broken, wipers and posts. So this process is now I disassemble the two boards, take it off the bracket, flip the analog board over, and then start removing not only the broken ones, but this one was old and all the slide pots need refurbishing. So basically I take them all out, remove them from the circuit board, and then start the process of the refurb. So yeah, the process of refurbishing the slide pods is you got to pull up each one. There's little 4 tabs on these. These are CTS slide pods, by the way, and each one is 10 kilo ohms. So once the tabs are carefully, bent up, I don't want to break them off. Then the part will come apart. The slide pot will come apart, and as you can tell from this, that this is original. It's really dirty. Been around a long time. As you can see, the post is broke off. You see that gold piece there is the wiper, and there's lots of old grease from original. So it's pretty nasty, and all that has to be cleaned up. Now that I've got the slide pots out, I take them apart and disassemble like we saw, and then I use an isopropanol to remove all the grease and gunk and junk that's in there. That's must have been years of whatever that's built up inside those. But these slide pots are CTS slide pots. And they're robust. They're all 10K ohm. And I do this disassembly process for each one of the 7 that are in the 16-second delay. So once I use like I said, I use an isopropanol, and then for the resistive element side of the slide pot, I use a neutral. It's an MG Chemicals. I clean them up. They hold up pretty well. I've never had one that didn't survive the refurb process. So once it's all cleaned up, I what I do is I do that for every one of them. Each one takes approximately about 15-20 minutes per slide pot. So it can very easily take me an hour and a half to do all 7. And sometimes even longer, depending on how much crud, or if I have to put in a new wiper arm. The process is detailed, but it really makes a difference in the sound and in the end product. All right, so I finished the slide pot job. That took about 2 hours, almost 2 hours. That's a very tedious job. You saw how I took things apart, take each one apart, clean it up, put it back together. That's tedious work and time consuming. Also replace filter caps. All those were original. And one of the, I made one of the stomp switches. This was the bypass switch. It was the wrong style, put in a Carling switch type. Checked wiring. There was some frayed wires, and that's pretty much it. So let's check it out and see what it sounds like. All right, got it plugged in. That's a clean sound. What I would like to do is when you first turn it on, I like to just let it sit for 16 seconds. That clears all the memory. That's part of the operating manual, tells you to do that. But I've got everything set, at 0 starting point. Slide switch set for fast, reverse and forward set for forward. And so we'll engage bypass. I've got feedback and blend about halfway. So let's see what it sounds like. That sounds pretty good. So let's see. So let's reset. Let's So count to 8. What I'll do is when both sliders are all the way up, that's 8-second delay. So I turn these all the way up, and then I'm going to strum the strings once and then count 8 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I was a little bit off, but I'm close. We can do it again. But the other thing is flip the switch to slow, and we'll let that reset. Then kick it all the way up, both of them, both sliders. I'm listening for any funky sounds. It all sounds quiet. Strum, count to 16. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15, I'm off by a second. I think it's okay. I think I'm not the greatest timing with just counting, but that's about right. And what I also do is I'll put my scope on it just to make the clock sure. The clock signal, I've got it written down, but I know what it should be for the master clock. If the master clock's off, everything is off. But if the master clock is good, we're good to go. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll do some more checks, put it back together, and we'll look at it and play it one more time. So we got everything back together, and what we did for the repair was replaced these two broken sliders. Actually, they were over here, but I moved them because the shaft on the replacement wipers for the sliders weren't as long. They aren't original. The original ones have a little bit longer one. These are shorter. They're functional. They work, just a little bit shorter than the other ones, as you can probably tell from there. But the idea is I move them to sliders that aren't moved as much. You know, the rate, usually that's a one setting. It's a thump, and it's like a metronome. And then the blend, usually you put that where you want it, and it doesn't move. So anyway, other than that, then I've got, as we saw earlier, it was the filter caps replaced. I cleaned up a lot of wiring when I put it back together. There was a lot of frayed wires. So yeah, let's see what it sounds like. Clean signal. And I check the rate, make sure I hear that thump. Yeah. All right, and so let's go a lot slower. So we'll clear it up, clear the memory. Wait about 8 seconds. Test it for 16 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It's about right. I said 15. I think I counted it. I started off with 2. So anyway, I think it's good. And then we'll check the infinite. Still got the memory, stuff from the memory. That is working though. Let's clear it out. And then we'll go, okay. I think this is working. Sounds good too. I'll check the foot switch just to make sure everything's on all right, and check the clock. I checked the clock out just to make sure I got the signal out. All right, thanks for watching.